Shalom. First and foremost, going to give all glory and praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, salutations to the men that's out here pushing this truth. Alright, and shalom to the elect. Alright, just finna get into this quick lesson. Alright, on the video that Apostle Sahar, this little clip that Apostle Sahar just made not too long ago. Let me see.
The Northern Lights are typically limited to places like Alaska and northern Canada, but social media users as far south as Alabama and Florida were able to step outside and snap pictures of the colorful displays in the night sky. A severe solar storm brought the auroras much further south than usual. But while the display sparked social media joy, space weather forecasters warned of potential complications. Geomagnetic storms can temporarily disrupt radio and satellite operations. According to experts at NASA and the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration, the sun is in an active phase that's expected to last until at least through the end of the year.
Alright. And the Lord allowed me to see it myself too. And I never seen nothing like this, so it was kind of like, I was like, wow, I was wooed, you know, because we up here in Indianapolis, and I never seen nothing like this before, you know. So look, this was the start of it. I was walking home from work, and I turned around and I seen this. I seen, in the sky, like it was red. I'm thinking I'm tripping or something. Then I was like out there for like 10 minutes just staring at it. But then I kept on walking. I kept on walking, and I was, I kept on turning around looking at it. Then it started getting like brighter or more clearer. See, it started getting more clearer, and I already knew, like, hey, this is a sign from Yahweh Shem Yahushua, That picture looked crazy right there, you know. And it made me at the same time think like, damn, man, I hope I'm of the elect so I could, explore all of this, Or with it. So yeah, that was it. That was the end of it, basically, or what I can see, you know. But these are clear signs that what we're approaching, the day of the Lord, all right, the day of Yahweh shall return, This is Joel 2:30, and I will show wonders in the heavens and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. All right. So we're in them times, all right, where what? Yahweh Shem Shai, he's showing them wonders in the heavens, all right? From the northern Atlantic lights, all right, from chariots, all right, you had solar, I believe that's what it's called, solar eclipses, or what's that? Lunar eclipse, Salakia. Lunar eclipse. All right, that I don't know if I know I seen one last year, but it was something going on this year too, you know. I believe I did see some this year too. That shit was crazy itself, you know. So we're seeing all of that, all right, and it's a clear sign that what Yahweh Shem Yahushua, hey, they're on their return, all right. Yahushua is on his return, all right. These prophecies, they're not tearing, like they did, hundreds of years ago. All right, we're in them times where what these prophecies, the MOT can be fulfilled, within these 5 years, Hey, maybe next year, is looking that good, you know. And after that MOT is implemented, all right, made mandatory, what Yahweh Shai is gonna crack them clouds, World War III, all right. So real quick, I'm going to the word wonders real quick. That's ma. Hmm. I believe that's Manapath. That second one is getting me, confused. Manapath. All right. Let me see.
Strong's H 4159. Mofaith. Mofaith.
Hmm. But look, it says wonder, sign, miracle, portent, wonder as a special display of Yahweh's power, sign, token of future event. See? So Blue Letter even knows, you know? So it's a sign that what? We're in them times of these prophecies being fulfilled. All right? It says, and I will show wonders in the heaven and in the earth, blood and fire and pillars of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the great and terrible day of the Lord. So see, we're coming into some times of the great and terrible day of the Lord. All right, which is what? Which is when Yahweh Shem Shai, allows or basically pushes them buttons, to destroy Babylon the Great, aka America. The time of Yahweh Shai's return too. All right. This is Luke 21 and verse 7. And they asked him, saying, Master, but when shall these things be? And what sign will there be when these things shall come to pass? All right. So hey, like, how are we gonna know that? Basically, you're on your return. That these prophecies is about to be fulfilled. Uh, Luke 21. I'm jumping down to verse 11. And great earthquakes shall be in divers places, and famines, and pestilences, and fearful sights, and great sights shall there be from heaven. All right, some great sights. All right, which that them lights in the skies. All right, that I've seen, and other people seen. Throughout the world. Throughout America. That's a great sign. All right, in the heavens. All right, and that's a sign that what Yahweh Shai is on his return. All right, Yahweh Shai is about to be here soon. And when I say he's about to be here soon, that means the prophecy is about to be fulfilled to where he can be on his return. All right, because what we only got what the MOTB. All right, and after MOTB, World War III. All right. So hey, that's what we're waiting on. All right, and best believe it's gonna happen. All right. So that was pretty much it. I just went ahead on that. Uh, Quick point, for the Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I'm going to give all glory and praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Kakadash, double honors to the apostle and elders, great millstone, peace, salutations to the men that's out here pushing this truth. All right, and shalom to the elect.